my zone. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker who don't see the vision in you. So you gotta work harder times two. Gotta make it do what it do. With the limited sources you have, your dream is still a find motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long. Get burdens I've outweighed. When you see me in my zone.
Oh, yes. You already know what it is. It's Gentlemen's Talk Wednesday. It is everybody's favorite day of the week. Some of us call it hump day. Some of us call it whatever you want to call it. The middle of the week, whatever. We just call it Gentlemen's Talk Wednesday around here. So, in honor of Usher winning the Lifetime Achievement Award from the BET Awards on this past BET Awards, I am the one they call Mr. GQ. And guess what? You don't have to call. Only for that Hawk Tour, though.
You already know what it is. I'm keeping my headline from last week. The DJ that makes the woman Hawk Tour since 2011 because club bangers can make her do it too.
You know, hey, it ain't just bands that can make her dance. These club bangers will do it too.
I see what you did there.
Dropping bars.
You know what? It's hold that thought real quick. I have something I got to get off my chest real quick, and I need you to comment on this.
Let me know.
That half-ass Usher tribute, it pissed me off, bro. I have been waiting all week to talk about this shit. I know you got a lot to say.
First of all, it was disrespectful. It was. I didn't really like any of the tributes. Like, I'll give credit to Childish Gambino because a lot of people just did not realize that man really could sing like that. Like, I really don't understand why in 2024 we still don't know that Childish Gambino can sing. Like, why are we still so confused? Like, have we not heard like anything? Like,
you know why? Because Childish Gambino looks a lot like Donald Glover, apparently.
You know, I've heard that before. That him and Donald Glover look like twins. Like, I've heard that before.
Like twins.
But the rest of it, like,
I give Childish Gambino props on the arrangement because a lot of people don't understand that was a tribute to Usher doing it through Michael Jackson. Yeah. Because it's the same start that they did with Michael Jackson when it was just a snap with the way you make him feel. That was pretty damn dope on his part.
And see, I wasn't even a big fan of Chloe. Like, I just didn't like it. Even now, a lot of people gonna talk about the quote unquote the viral moment, you know, with the two chicks basically fucking on stage. I mean,
Tiana and Victoria.
Yeah, but don't nobody. First of all, I'm not a big Tiana Taylor fan. I just don't like her. Something about her, I just don't like. I don't know what it is. I just don't like her. Like,
she's a tribute performer in such, and just
see that part. I don't think she's like a 6 to me. And that might be somebody might not like that, but like, if we're comparing, and this is, look, I'm gonna hit you with one because this interview just came out not too long ago. But I think Megan Thee Stallion found it in her. So,
you must watch the Shannon Sharp interview.
I did, but before that, even still, like, don't get me wrong.
I'm telling you, look. I've been screaming at my coworkers all week that was saying Tiana Taylor's performance was good. I said, you know where they fucked up? If they really wanted a tribute from a female from Usher, they should have went and got Ciara. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
the person that can sing and dance.
And Ciara was there. She was there. She was in the crowd. Like, but no Chris Brown, no Ciara. Like,
no Mark. I would have preferred Marcus Houston did something.
Marcus Houston, Mario, even fucking.
Oh my God. Mario, Neo, the people
especially Neo.
Dance.
Like, we couldn't get we couldn't get nothing. Like, nothing. Like, it was just.
Where were the legends?
None of nobody was there for that. And it's like, we've seen, and listen, you and I and normally our normal panel of the Infinity Gauntlet would be all in agreement here, but like every single tribute as kids we watched for the BET Awards was epic. when they did the Michael Jackson tribute, Usher was there. Chris Brown was there. Chris Tucker was there. Like when they did
the James Brown one, when Michael Jackson came out and gave him the award.
When they did the Rick James one, the Rick James one was epic, and we weren't even born in the heyday of Rick James, but we were still impressed by that. Like, what are we doing? But this is the thing. Let me ask you a serious question, DJ Micah-B. This is a real question.
Hey, Rod brings up a good point.
Listen, and so the question since Moolage is there, I'm gonna let you chime in on this too. So my question for both of you, we grew up in this community, we did all this stuff. When is the last time y'all sat down and watched motherfucking BET Awards?
I was just talking about this yesterday, brother.
I didn't even know I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it came on.
I thought it was a figment of our imagination by now.
Thank goodness for Hulu Live TV, because when I tuned in, I caught the live tribute for the Usher stuff, but I had no fucking clue.
I think the last BET Awards I watched might have been the first year Migos performed, which was probably like 2014 or 15.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I watched the BET Awards. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Actually, the last time I truly remember, like a memorable BET Award for me is when Usher performed.
Yeah.
And he had one of the most epic performances that we had ever seen. Like, he performed his damn near every hit he had. Like, I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Like, it was one of Usher's greatest non-concert performances. But I also remember when Wayne performed, when Wayne, DJ Khaled, and Ace Hood, when they performed Hustle, and that hoe was hard. That's back when like everybody in the crowd was into it. Like, it just, the BET Awards now is like, dare I say what I'm about to say? Like,
trash.
Yeah, it's
the music. Man. It's the music. Most so you know what it is? A lot of these people that are on stage can't perform. They suck. They are absolute garbage at performing. Your songs aren't that good, so you better know how to perform.
And 90% of these new rappers absolutely can't perform, like, at all. Like, they just can't. Like, the only rappers nowadays that can really still perform are still the OGs, and then insert Kendrick, Cole, guys like that. But like the rest of these cats, no.
Let me ask y'all a question, okay? Is Ludacris not alive?
Bro, Luda is a phenomenal performer. We ain't got to talk about that. That shit.
No. I asked that question to say
that man is in a State Farm commercial right now.
Ludacris is still alive, right?
Yes. So is T.I.
Ludacris is still alive. So why the hell didn't they get Ludacris to do his own damn verse instead of Mulatto? Why? Why wasn't Lovers and Friends a part of this damn thing? Why didn't Lil Jon and Luda come out and do Lovers and Friends? What the fuck y'all really got going on? Matter of fact, and I know it's the BET Awards, Black Entertainment Television, and this and that, but let me tell you something. It is a damn shame they did not reach out to at least Justin Bieber to come give a tribute performance to Usher. That's who he signed with.
Listen.
That's crazy.
Listen. The CMAs shit on the BET Awards.
All day, every day.
And check this out. If you haven't seen it, Shabusi brought Jaquan on stage and did a mashup of his song plus Tipsy. And that hoe was fire.
Crazy.
And then what was funny, right? I was talking to my wife about this, and this is why it was so funny. I was in the comments, and the black community was on 100 in the comments. They was like, hey, Beyonce, that's how you do country. I was like, bro.
I'm so disappointed in this tribute. Like, you brought up, where's Mario? Where's Marcus Houston? What the fuck is Bruno Mars? Like, what are y'all doing here?
If you're gonna do a tribute, maybe use artists that legitimately, that Usher probably had some sort of an impact on. Like, we act like Usher ain't been around since the 90s.
Who did they have sing or perform the tribute? I didn't watch it, so I really
Marsha Ambrose, Coco Jones, Mulatto, Tiana Taylor, Victoria Monet, Keke Palmer, Childish Gambino. Who am I missing?
Now, we all understood why Keke Palmer was out there because of the other viral video that went down. So I wasn't even mad at that. I wasn't mad at that.
That You got it. You gonna hear this and listen to this. They put Kiki Palmer out there to perform, and not only did she perform, she did "You Make Me Wanna."
That's such a Kiki Palmer move or a BT move.
That's such a petty move, bro.
BT Shade Room 101 move. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I said, I forgot this BT award existed. Like I thought it was just a thing of the past. The last BT awards I actually remember is when Chris Brown was on stage crying and shit because he, you feel me?
Michael Jackson tribute.
Yeah, that one. That's the last one I remember. I don't remember shit else after that. I haven't really watched it. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. I haven't really tuned into it.
So one of the things that have been coming up recently is why Usher right now, right?
Because he's getting old.
I know he's getting old, but people at my job was like, why Usher right now when there's a lot of others you could have gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to right now. And of course, you know, you want to give the legends their flowers while they're still around, but I kind of agree because Usher's still more on the younger side.
Is he though? Like damn near 50.
He's almost, but I'm saying he's still more on the younger side of people that have received Lifetime Achievement Awards. Like Rick James was in his 60s. The OJs was in their 60s. Anita Baker was in her 60s. James Brown was in his 60s. Michael Jackson was still young, but I mean, Michael Jackson did start when he was 5 years old.
True, but you got to remember when Usher did his speech,
he started when he was in his teens though. So
when Usher gave his speech, it caught me off guard when he said he been at this for 30 years, and I was like, dog, 30 years.
Call Me a Mac came out when Usher was 16. And that was in like 97. So
yeah, but I'm just saying, remember because the My Way album came out in what, 94?
Maybe 90,
or was it
97, 98? I think his first album came out in 94. I think My Way came out like 97, 98. Tyrese is all in the video. Because I remember the Martin show was already on, and Tyrese showed up in Martin in 96, I think. So somewhere between 96 and 98, I think is when My Way came out. And the My Way album is
My Way came out in 97. That's my bad.
Yeah, My Way came out in 97. His debut album is basically named after him. Came out in 94.
Yeah,
that's the album. Yeah. Okay, I know exactly which album you're talking about.
Big facts. Usher is still touring. Like I still like you.
He had a Vegas residency for a long time.
He did.
I still think if this was the performance you could get for Usher getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. Because a lot of people are touring, like Chris Brown is touring. You know, it's like a lot of the people that could have been there is still touring. I just feel like
then give him his proper due and put a better alignment of people out there.
Well, right, or delay it and get and pick a Lifetime Achievement Award winner to somebody who bruh. I straight up said like, why didn't they just do Dionne Warwick instead? And wait for Usher next year when they could get a lineup of people. Why not wait for certain people where you can get a lineup? Like there was a lot of people there that's from the generation where Dionne Warwick was that could have done. They got Yolanda Adams for Anita Baker's freaking Lifetime Achievement Award. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like they didn't give Usher the respect he deserved for his Lifetime Achievement Award. Like the tribute did not match. Yeah, but the tribute did not match the achievements. The tribute made it look like Usher just started. That's the level of performance that I felt like I watched.
I think if I don't have a problem with Marsha Ambrose, y'all know Flowetry and stuff like so. I don't
either. But there's so many other people that should have been included.
I think they should have let her do it. They should have probably gave her a difference. Like I think Marsha Ambrose would have killed a song like Moving Mountains over the song she did. Moving Mountains would have definitely been her speed.
And what I think hurt this Lifetime Achievement Award for Usher too is all the controversy surrounding Diddy too, because Diddy was a big part of Usher's career. So I think that played a role because just imagine if you'd have had, you know, Diddy and some of the bad boy artists come out and do some tribute stuff too. Like there's a lot that could have happened, but of course we know kind of what's going on with all that. It's kind of been quiet the last couple months, but it's still out there.
Like I said, if you're going to get females, where are the legends?
Where's Faith
Evans? Where's Alicia Keys? Right. Where's Faith Evans? Where's Alicia Keys? Where's Mary J. Blige?
Hell-
Mary J. Blige and Usher go way back to Bad Boy.
Hell, where is Beyonce?
To be fair, Beyonce said she would never step foot in the BET Awards ever.
That's true. You're right. You
That's
show
true.
right. You said you show right, Mulich. I you know what? I apologize. I remember when that was the thing.
You know what? Here's what I want to know: why they just didn't let Usher do his own tribute for his lifetime tribute? Because they let whatchamacallit do it a couple of years. Oh my god, what is this guy's name? Damn, I can't remember his name because my mom showed me the video. They let New Edition do theirs. They let the OJs do theirs. They let Smokey Robinson do his. Why didn't they just let Usher do his own tribute? Like you know what? Here's what I want to know: where was her and Summer Walker?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was about to ask. Where was her at? I would have loved to see her for more reasons than one.
Yeah, or shit. We was just talking about it last week. Where's 7th Streeter?
Ooh,
Facts.
She's doing too.
Chat, y'all chime in, man. Y'all chime in and let us know how y'all felt about the Usher tribute because I think that shit was somewhere between garbage and mediocre. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just call it mediocre garbage. How about that?
That too. It was not good. BET should have done like I don't care if you get Mario to come out there and do the whole set. Like people forget Mario can actually dance. Because he stopped dancing. I mean, like after "Let Me Love You," he started doing a whole bunch of more ballads. But
yeah.
The person questions, "Where the fuck was Trey Songz? Where the fuck was Tank?
Another
Genuine.
Tank was there. Tank was there. Tyrese was there. Genuine was there. They were all in the audience. They were actually Tank was a part of the group that was wearing all white.
Yeah,
for the BET Awards. So Tank, because Tank wore a white wife beater.
I'm just saying on the stage, where was he? That's
what I'm saying. Like
you should have
and this is the problem that we've had with BET for a long time, where it feels like BET has essentially been whitewashed.
Cook on it.
I said what I said because and we should have seen this coming. And hear me out. For the longest time, the BET Awards was the show to watch. But what happened magically when we were younger? All of a sudden, the Source Awards became a thing. And then the BET Hip Hop Awards became a thing. The BET Awards was like the Super Bowl of award shows because they kept everything together. So the amount of performances were so lit that you almost forgot they were doing a live. They did lifetime achievements every year for the BET Awards. And it was always in like the middle of the awards. The BET Awards used to be like a 3-hour fucking show. And the lifetime achievement will be like an hour and 40 minutes into the motherfucker. And then you have you have like 6 more sets of performers and awards.
Yeah.
And now it's so far removed from the spectacle that it once was that someone like Usher, who deserves so much better and so much more, basically got shit on by the community. All right. BET stands for Black Entertainment Television, and Usher got shit on by BET. MTV would have put on a better lifetime achievement award ceremony than fucking BET would. And I said what I said because at least MTV would have invested the money accordingly and found the right fucking actors and everybody.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. You know who should have got the Lifetime Achievement Award this year instead of Usher? If people weren't available to do it, they should have gave it to They should have gave it to Gladys Knight. That should have been the person that got the Lifetime Achievement Award this year.
You know why they probably didn't do that? Because they knew the ratings would go down because nobody watches the BET Awards anymore.
Nobody watches it now. That shit is.
I know, you attempted to throw a name like Usher out there to try to generate more views.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Because if you would have done Gladys Knight, outside of this panel, OG Mel, and some other people, how many people know? How many people can name like 5 Gladys Knight songs that are not our parents and not our grandparents?
Oh, you said outside of this panel. Okay.
Yeah, but you see what I'm getting at. If it would have been Gladys Knight, nobody would have watched it. Ratings would have went down.
They should have. We as a culture don't celebrate our black musicians. Exactly. They could have even done a Diana Ross tribute instead of giving a Lifetime Achievement Award this year.
They could have just done a video tribute and just cut up a bunch of Usher's performances, and that would have been better than that bullshit ass tribute that they gave.
They could have showed the performance from Usher in 2004 for a year, because that is still one of the greatest performances ever.
Dude, that was a tour level performance with the fire and the stage and the stairs.
That's when people cared about the BET Awards, though. Literally, I
that's
think
when that's when it was still predominantly black owned.
You know what?
BET is not is not predominantly black owned anymore.
Look,
I think Usher will get his just due when the Soul Train Awards give him his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Now the Soul Train Awards gonna do the damn thing. The Soul Train Awards gonna do it right. They gonna pull out all the stops.
The Soul Train Awards is the only award show I actually watched, and the CMAs because I like the CMAs.
Well, I fucks with the CMAs. I watch the Soul Train Awards because they give out best reggae, and I don't even want to talk about the shit that happened last year. They gave out best reggae artist to a white band. Boy, I was so hot. I couldn't. Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys caught his speech, but he got real.
Yes.
He talked about, you know, the lack of absence of his father and all this other shit, and he was like, you know, he's like, I never really knew the man that gave me the name, but I ushered in an era based on, and I was like, yo, he was spitting bars in his fucking speech.
Yeah, they cut that nigga Mike.
They had to, because they had to bleep some shit out because he got real. He was like, look, I'm sorry, I talk a lot and I cuss a lot, and he was going in. But it was
Texas, of course. He got a mouth like a sailor.
Yeah, it was a sensational fucking speech. That should not have been. It should have been unfiltered. It should have been unfiltered and uncensored. I remember. Do we all remember when the BET Awards wasn't very censored at all?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was saying the same thing because they should have gave him the same respect they gave Killer Mike.
Like I remember when they used to play we would watch the live, but then when they would play the replay is when they would do all the edits and the bleeping and all that shit. But during the live, they wouldn't.
Yeah, because they couldn't control it.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why they don't do it live no more. It's recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some. Let's talk about some positives. First of all, I would definitely from the BET Awards. Let's talk about some positives. I would like, and I don't care how anybody feels about this because of what happened last year, but Will Smith's performance was fire, bro.
Yo, first of all,
fire.
Will Smith hit y'all with a religious rap, bro, and then Kurt Franklin came out. Like that shit was hard. And again, it just goes to show you. And I love that people gave me a bunch of flack about this when I talk about Will Smith the way I do. I've been a Will Smith supporter forever, and I'll never not support him. But for him to come out like he did on that performance, first of all, looking rejuvenated, I might add, but came out with a whole new different type of flow that was outside of Will Smith's wheelhouse. He hasn't had a flow like that ever. So he doesn't kind of hit some rebirth type shit. But the way the flow came across, oh man, that shit was hard. No Diddy.
This was this year?
Yeah.
Will had
you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that video because this man brought out Kurt Franklin, so you already know what it is.
It doesn't really surprise me because when Will dropped that freestyle last year, that nigga broke the internet. Like I must have literally said, like, did y'all forget who this nigga is?
Bro, even when he did the song with Joyner Lucas, the Will song.
Come on,
he went hard on his own song. Like,
come on, man. Like, I be, because you know, a lot of people they see our rappers that we grew up with turn actors, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you hear, because I just heard LL on his
new one
radio.
Did you see the 5 finger? Did you see the Sway in the Morning freestyle with LL?
Yeah, bro. Like,
first of all, absolutely legendary fucking flow.
In the comments there, oh, LL can rap. I didn't know LL can rap. You didn't know LL can rap.
Yeah. But that's the problem I have with this generation. And then like, so that's why I hate when I talk to the younger generation and I talk about somebody like LL Cool J being one of my favorite all time. And they're like, wait, what? I was like, listen, don't call it a comeback. Just go ahead and go listen to Rock the Bells. How about that? Just go listen to Rock the Bells. Rock the Bells is still on my gym playlist. If you listen to the vast majority of LL's raps, he don't even cuss.
He didn't have to.
That's what's even more wild. Now, his newer stuff, he had more cuss words, but his old stuff, bro. Even like when he like, and like LL far and away, and I think me and Mike had this discussion on the audio days. LL Cool J may be the greatest hip hop artist turned actor in history.
Facts.
Like if you look at all of them, who made a bigger impact from their previous profession to their new profession? Like we had a lot of rappers and performers become actors. Beyonce was not a good actress, not really. She's all right, but LL did it. Jamie Foxx was really good at it. Will Smith was really good at it. But like LL, like Ice Cube was really good at it. There's a good debate right there between those two. Between Ice Cube and LL Cool J, but where LL Cool J has that, where LL has the edge, just like where Will would have the edge, they also had TV shows.
That's the thing.
Ice Cube was majority movies, so that's because, and some people, depending on, there's been a lot of interviews out there where they say it's actually harder to film sitcoms than it is movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the fact that you had Will being one of the most iconic family sitcoms of all time, and then LL Cool J was in, he was in SWAT, he was in fucking NCIS Los Angeles, doing all that shit like that. Exactly, still running.
Hey, don't forget LL Cool J, from what I know, if I can remember, because Brandy survived. I still know what you did last summer. LL Cool J was the second black person to survive a horror movie.
Ice Cube.
That man killed he killed the shark because he killed Birdie. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you killed Birdie, and
because Samuel Jackson said a fucking shark ate me.
Ice Cube was the third one, and people don't even remember that.
That comment,
I love the love LL Cool J's getting right now. LL Cool J is yes, sir.
That right there, that's it. LL Cool J is the go. Will Smith is led. That's pretty damn solid. Like those are two people that no matter where I'm at in my life, there's some sort of a song of some kind that I can find from there that relates to what I got.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's crazy because like when you really look at that, right? Like those are really the only three that you can really throw out there that's probably dominated the game in all aspects of whatever they touch.
Yeah,
like, boom,
and they won awards in both.
Exactly. Like if I'm going to touch this, I'm going to dominate. If I'm going to touch this, I'm going to dominate. If I'm going to touch this, I'm going to dominate. And when you talk about those three gentlemen, it's you got to give them their respect. You have to give them their respect because nobody knows the game like Will and like LL in the music industry, being so young, but then turning around and at the same time, because people forget this. These niggas was doing this shit while they were recording movies and sitcoms. They're out there number one records.
And you can't call yourself a historian of rap and hip hop and not know that LL Cool J was in one of the biggest hip hop beefs of all time. Like, how the fuck do you not know this? This is back when diss tracks used to get recorded and played on the radio back in the day. Like back, there wasn't no, when I see you, me and my crew gonna pull up with the straps and start shooting. No, we're gonna keep dropping track after track after track after track until somebody taps out. The way rap beef should be. Not with all this getting personal shit like I got to see you in the streets and we got to fight. No, bro. Back up your words. You said X, Y, and Z about me. Back it up with your lyrics. Back it up with your words. And LL was in literally one of the greatest beefs of all time. And then, of course, Ice Cube, we know, had one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. And guess what? LL also had one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. So it's kind of funny how that works. So it's no surprise how much success, those individuals have had. But then, you talk about a guy like Will Smith. Will Smith is what's the word that we use? He's a transcendent talent because Will went from being young in the music game to young in the sitcom game to young in the Hollywood movie game to being a legend in all three. Because Will was young when he started all three and he just kept getting better.
And if you don't believe that, all I got to say is Independence Day.
Bro, this man threw hands with an alien, bro.
And won.
And then flew their spaceship. And then, not to mention, he was erasing motherfuckers' memories in Men in Black.
And almost let his son die.
And then he was a black cowboy in Wild Wild West. Phenomenal fucking
cowboy.
Wait. Before you go any further, Will never missed on a movie soundtrack.
At all. Hey, listen. First of all, that track that he did with fucking Cisco and Drew Hill, that fucking Wild Wild West song, bro, that song was hard.
The
Wild West. Come on, man.
But then this
That's
is
crazy.
where people forget, bro, that Will
Like-
Smith was a damn good choreography dancer too. Because remember the Men in Black song? You remember the video for the Men in Black song, like how the choreography was, bro? Let me see you just bouncing with me, like, bro, he killed that shit. Let me
good
see
point,
you
Sherrod.
walk with me, take a
Good
walk.
point,
Hey,
Sherrod. That
hey,
man was
Ali.
Ali.
Hey, listen. First of all, you want to talk about somebody immersing themselves in a role? One of the only other people who captured a character just as good as this was when Heath Ledger did the Joker.
What about Jamie Foxx?
No, I'm just saying, when we talk, because people talk about Heath Ledger and how he did the Joker. Will Smith was Muhammad Ali. And the reason I said it, when you look at Muhammad Ali's old interviews, you can't help but see Will in the Ali movie. Like, they literally go hand in fucking hand. And Jamie Foxx and Ray Charles was legendary. Like that shit, the mannerisms, like, I think Jamie Foxx's mannerisms are some of the greatest that you will ever see. Like, Jamie Foxx can encapsulate damn near anything.
People forget how good of an impressionist Jamie Foxx is, and that's the crazy thing, because Jamie Foxx can impersonate anybody. He can impersonate anybody, because people forget he's really a comedian, and that's what got him over the top in the first place.
Literally, like that's where you got it started. But I think when it comes to, honestly, and you can even look at Jamie too, because that's the cool part about it, man. Because oh my goodness gracious, man, Jamie dropped some gems on us, man, with the albums, and then came back with the TV shows and the movies. So it's like when you look at these guys that are multifaceted, it's just crazy the amount of content, amount of entertainment that they've given us, and how they're still going right now to this day. Like, don't let Jamie drop an album. Don't let Jamie come out and drop an album right now. I'm telling you, first, I need it. It's top of the playlist. Okay, it's going to the top of the playlist. And I'll also just a shout out to Will Smith for his role in Concussion, because that's still, to me.
Yes, bro. I was in the theaters when I watched Concussion, bro. That movie, like, of all the shit that was going on with the NFL, bro, Concussion was huge. That was the movie about CTE, for those who are not aware of what we're talking about. He played the doctor in that film, but I mean, just if you just go look at the career of all the different, like, types of characters that Will Smith played, because his character in 7 Pounds, his character in The Pursuit of Happiness, his character in I Am Legend, his character in iRobot, which we talk about now because of AI and all the shit that goes on. Like, iRobot was a thing, and he was already like, hey, bro, we don't fuck with that automated shit. And then look what happened. And now we in this AI game type shit, and everybody goes back and like, oh, y'all remember iRobot? Yeah. You go back to 2 very key movies, and one of them is iRobot, and the other one is Minority Report with fucking Tom Cruise. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let people forget about Minority Report. I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy, but that movie told us a lot about 2024.
I Am Legend. The reason why he's coming out with another one. Come on now, look, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Hey, Gemini Man, great
Gemini
movie.
Man, yeah, come on, man. Will Smith knew what he was on. Man,
Bruh.
and even Hitch, man, let me talk.
Hitch was fire, dog.
Hey, first of all, listen.
The duo we didn't know we needed was Will Smith and Kevin James, dog.
Look, Micah, it's story time. It's story time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's story time.
Here we go.
It's time for me to this is, listen, a lot of people don't know this, so this is fun. So my entire persona, my personality, the side that you all know as Mr. GQ, is inspired by Will Smith. It is inspired by some key moments. For those who know me personally and you know my government name, you know that I dropped the rest of my name and go by the letter J because of Will Smith from Men in Black when he did the exact same thing. That is where it came from, mostly because I got tired of people misspelling my name and mispronouncing my name. I said, fuck that, I'm going to go by J. And I got that from Will Smith and Men in Black when Tommy Lee Jones took his name James, which is also an alter ego that I used to have. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's another story for another day. But he erased the Ames and left the J. So that's where that came from. And then there's the smooth talking, can drop bars at any point in time type of personality that you know from me very well. That was inspired by Will Smith's Hitch. Why? That's who the fuck I was in high school. I was always matching people up. I was always out there confident. I could talk to any female. Didn't give a fuck where they was from. Didn't care what
Big
school they was
facts.
at. Micah saw this shit live because we used to always be together for region choir competitions. And then when I wasn't performing, you know where the fuck I was at? Talking to girls from all different goddamn high schools that I ain't never heard of before. So
You're right, Sherrod.
yeah. So that's why I'm such a big Will Smith supporter, because a lot of my personality was inspired by him, because he is legend and I am him.
Sherrod makes a good point. He did kill a genie. For you to take up a role after Robin Williams and still make it your own and be legendary in it, that says a lot about your acting career. For a lot of people out there don't like the live action Aladdin. I beg to differ. I actually love the live action Aladdin just because of the music.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good. Bad Boys too. That's a good point, Sherrod. Bad Boys. Hey,
The Bad Boy series alone was crazy. But
did y'all see the new Bad Boys?
I'm about to actually go see it tonight.
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But here's what I will do. Since Mo is here and since my boy GQ is here with me, you know, we got maybe what we gonna call it? 55% of the panel.
That's pretty. Yeah, 55% is that's pretty spot on. Well, I mean, Sherrod's kind of he's in the comments somewhere.
Yeah, that don't count. So that's 55% of the panel. But you know what? I'm gonna drop my segment real quick. Let's run it. Well, I hope y'all like the new intro to the crossover. So, Moo, let's get this thing started, man. In honor of last week, it was started off as 25, but maybe top 300 songs to get pregnant to now. I am going to, Mr. Gent Matters. Okay, bro, nice hashtag. That's cool, I guess. In honor of last week's episode with the top 25 songs to get pregnant to, we are going to cross that over with the top 5 superhero couples of all time and what they got pregnant to. GQ, you're going to love this one, dog. Y'all buckle up. Moo, you're going to like this one. Let's start with number 5. And number 5, y'all gonna be mad. Yeah, well, y'all ain't gonna be mad, but if Cyclops is a real person, he's gonna be mad because I'm going with Wolverine and Jean Grey, boyfriend number 2, for shit sure.
That's a fire ass pick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like where you're going with this already.
Number 4, I'm going with Robin and Starfire. Their theme song, My Boo.
Mm.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Come on, dog.
I like that. That's valid.
It's valid.
That's valid as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
The honorable mention gonna be Robin and Raven Splackavelli.
Hey,
I hate you because I was absolutely gonna do that. Vision and Scarlet Witch. Vision and Scarlet Witch. Buddy by Music Soul Child. That's how it started.
I love how this is going.
Now I really want to change what this nigga said. And hey, what would I'm on? Number 2? Number 2. Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. And I'm going with Keith Sweat, Nobody. Because if you know Mr. Fantastic can stretch his bodies all kind of ways, then you fucking know. And who can love you like me? Nobody, because you can stretch your bodies all kind of ways.
Because this one in particular has so many ways as to why it fits. Oh my gosh, so many ways as to why it fits. Because if you really know the story of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, so that is Sue Storm, okay, and what she be going through with the madman that is Dr. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, that is the most accurate. Who can love you like me? No, I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all ready for number one? Y'all go, hey, bro, y'all gonna love this one. Number one, and I know this kind of counts as superhero, kind of doesn't, because Kim Possible had no powers, but Kim and Ron Unstoppable, and I'm going with Trey Songz, "Be Just Friends with You," and there ain't no way in hell that I can be just friends with you. Big facts. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's the crossover. I know y'all love that one. I just
that was great.
In an alternate universe, I would do X-Men. I would do Wolverine and Jean Grey, and it would be what was it? Can't Help But Wait, Trey Songz.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Hey, my honorable mention, because I did have an honorable mention, because I want y'all to know, while me and GQ was talking backstage for like 2 minutes before we came on the air, I came up with this crossover. One of the ones that didn't make it, and I think y'all gonna like this, is Black Panther and Storm, and it was simply a tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain.
That man said, "I've been thinking about you." Oh my god,
that is a perfect one for there. It is, people. There's the crossover for this week. It's been a while since I've been able to do, but there's the crossover, man. What y'all think?
No, that one fits. That one fits. I remember when we did the original one that you did way back when.
Where Wolverine broke Jean Grey back to?
Yeah. Oh, that was solid. That was solid.
Cyclops, if you're watching this show, turn it off.
Facts. That nigga gonna cry in the car.
Go talk to Cable.
Oh shit.
Go cry. Wow. It's okay. Go talk to Bishop so you can jump into the future. Go meet with Cable. Get your feelings out.
Oh shoot, I can't.
And of course, Gambit and Rogue was together, and Rogue stepped out, and Gambit was mad. And the perfect song for Gambit is "You Don't Have to Call."
Hey,
see, I would have went with the Osley Brothers, "Contagious."
Oh, that's a good one. Y'all gotta understand the comic books, man. Y'all have to understand the comic book for this. That's a very good one.
That's a very good one.
Hey, Wolverine and Cyclops, Showdown by R. Kelly and Mr. Biggs.
Or you can go with Usher and R. Kelly, same girl.
Yeah, shit, same girl. Shit.
But yeah, that's it, man. That's the crossover. I could have done more, but I didn't want to go too deep. I just want to do 5 of them. Y'all know, I just try to keep it at 5. But I know that was a fresh take on the crossover. That's the freshest take I've had in a while on the crossover. That was
that one was good.
Good one.
No, that was good.
That was a nice crossover.
That was good. So, obviously, if you look at the headline of the show and everything else, there was supposed to be this continuation of our dive into the world of music. We had a setup for club bangers and everything else situated for y'all, but as you can also see, we have a incomplete panel, which kind of defeats the purpose of how we set this thing up. So obviously that means we will kind of push our music series, to the right, as we say in the military, so which means we'll resume that one, next week, but we'll get it.
Hey, before we move on from this though, can I just have at least one of y'all pre-warm-up ones? Because my number one warm-up was going to be Bottoms Up by Trey Songz.
Mine was going to be Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar.
That's a good one.
Apple Bottoms. Flow Rider.
Wow.
You see,
As a
make sure you're
pregame?
back next week.
Wow.
Make sure you're back next week, man.
Oh, I'm coming in hot.
That's a
I'm
hell
trying
of
to
a
walk in,
pregame right there. Like you look,
Hey.
shaking
This is,
everywhere.
this is a good point. How about we come up with the name on there right now? What we naming this one?
Twerk tunes.
Well, no, not every club bang is a twerk tune, though.
because some of them are anthems. Because we excluded for the people, we did exclude line dances because obviously
Big
a song
facts.
like the Bunny Hop would have made it. A song like Wobble would have made it. A song like
Flex.
WAP would have made it. A couple other ones, but so we
Hands on your
exclude those.
head while you're working on
Hey,
the
listen,
floor.
Flex was a hard one though. That one was hard though. I mean, because then we can't have my Dougie, we can't have Teach Me How to Dougie.
Bitch, I'm wide up. Hold up, do the
Like-
stanky leg.
Like we can't have Wipe My Shoes, we can't have Wipe Me Down,
Cat Daddy. none
Cat
of that.
Daddy,
Ricky Bobby.
man.
Which is the same thing as the Cat Daddy, but Cali stole it. Yeah, Moo, I said it.
You
I don't
had,
give a damn either.
It's Going Down from Young Jock, because
That's a true. That's fact. I've been saying that for the longest.
Crank That Soldier Boy. But as far as what we naming it though,
y'all send in suggestions. Send in suggestions on what we should name this.
Every day asking me. Okay, sorry.
but I can tell you I got an entire legal pad full of names, so I'm prepared for that for shit sure.
That's what's up. Mine is up here because I got a DJ this weekend, and not only that, it's gonna be 100% American. Because if you know me, I'm Caribbean, so it's gonna be 100% American party, and I'm about to go crazy. But this weekend I'm gonna do it for the women because a lot of women show up to the party that we do, and a lot of men don't. And when men show up, all they want to do is stack and recite lyrics, and I'm not with that shit. If women dance, you should be dancing too.
Oh, you mean not holding up the wall?
There ain't no wall; it's a tent. So you holding up the tent at this point.
Not holding up the wall, looking for somebody to sneak.
Nah.
Oh, my bad. Maybe that's just a Texas thing. My bad.
Go ahead and do the B-King thing. I'ma stand behind her. I'ma stand behind her.
Oh shoot!
But what we naming this one? I open up the floor to everybody in the comments. Y'all just give us ideas on what to name this list. Because last week, I think we got the best name ever for a playlist, which was Octua Jams 2024. The top 25 songs to get you pregnant to. Now we need the top 25 songs to jam to.
Instant
we need a good one.
Oh my god. Instantaneous tears. Wow, that's got to be the line of the night right there.
I guess we need some emojis with that one too, but we can something along the lines of like, I don't know.
Hey man, stack and recite lyrics. Hey,
and for the people that don't know, I have a club banger coming out in August.
Ooh.
I'm just telling you, and it's so simple, Moo. I spit. Moo don't even know. She went to the club with all her friends. She want to show out, so she left her man. She got a section with a bottle in hand, and now it's time for that twerk session to begin. That's all y'all get on the podcast. Oh, I'm trying to tell you.
Play that at the club out here, man. We'll go up.
Yeah.
Just gonna, for the time being, we're just gonna call it a lituation because that's what it is. Because it's just.
Oh, hey, that might be the name, lituation. That's a good one.
Throw some fire emojis on the back of it.
Yep. And for the people out there, it don't matter what genre it is. If it's it's just got to be fire. So if I decide to throw in Honeybee by Blake Shelton, I don't want to hear shit from nobody.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a fire one though. Because I'm for surely throwing on some Shakira or something. I ain't even gonna
look. I had a whole just like normal. I got a whole playlist for shit.
You wanna be a homebody? Let's have a house party. I'm telling y'all, hey, we could break it down by genre if y'all want. We can even do that. Really it don't even matter.
Because I got a whole playlist of some country.
I got a whole country playlist.
Whole country playlist. Boy, what? I stopped playing. And I got a pop playlist too.
Oh, look, the pop playlist is something else.
I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, screaming, "Ayo!"
When I bust out that Katy Perry, California Girls, yeah, y'all know what.
Oh, bruh, Don't hey, when I bust out Starships from Nicki Minaj, I don't want to hear
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it back with some Kesha. Nigga. Y'all not ready. Let me take it
Oh,
back.
I've seen.
Don't
First of
stop
all,
in it like
actually,
yeah.
Nigga,
I've seen her in concert at the House of Blues in Houston, and
Oh,
that was a
this is
fire ass concert.
hey, this
shout out
is
to
a
Kesha, man.
good one. We need to do our guilty pleasure white songs.
Say
Oh,
less.
dog. Say
Say
less.
less. Say less.
Get down with that.
Hey, GQ, you got a real talk for us?
I do. I
Let's
do.
hit it. Let's
Since
hit that.
we here. So this particular one hit my social media feed, hit my TikTok timeline or whatever we call it, our algorithms, however you want to phrase it. But it came out of nowhere, and I thought it would just be like one video, but then it started popping up on some of my like some of my Instagram reels. So this is a two-part real talk. We'll have two different questions posed to the crew here. So the first one was about being in a relationship and having a joint account. So there were so many people who were like up in arms about this. Like they thought, oh, that's just somebody trying to establish control and and make sure that they know where X, Y, and Z is going all the time. Like basically made all these negative connotations about a joint account without actually looking into the situation. Just one layer deeper, because there isn't a group of people out there who just immediately jump to the most irrational conclusion in the book without like going to layer number two. And if you go to the second layer of this conversation that was being had, it was very simple. It was like, listen, just because you're in a relationship or in a marriage or however you want to put it together, and you have a joint account, does not mean that you don't have separate accounts. Your joint account is being used for typically one thing and one thing only, and it's usually to pay bills. It's usually what it's for, because
Can you pay
sometimes
my bills? Can you pay my telephone
like
bills?
maybe sometimes you don't want like, all right, hey, you got this bill, this bill, this bill, I got this bill, this bill, this bill. Listen, if we can have a dedicated account, drop all the bread in there for the bills, and the bills come out on via auto pay, we ain't even got to sweat it, because the money's gonna be there, the bill's gonna get paid, all is good in the world. Like that sounds like a very simple thing to me, especially if like you and your partner have the same bank, because that means you both can see the account, so there's no secrets. Like you can see it, when money comes out, how much money's in there, when what X amount has been deposited, especially if y'all have discussed, hey, when you get paid, I just need X amount from you, per paycheck, or you say, hey, I need this amount from you, per month. However explain it to one another to make it all make sense. I see no problems with that. And a lot of the people that had problems with this, unfortunately, were just like, you could tell they were immature, because they immediately went like all the way left. They just thought it was like, oh my God, no, you're just trying to be controlling and manipulative, and you just want to see where my money's going at all times. And it's like, what does having a joint account have to do with your own personal account? Has nothing. I don't care what you do with the money outside of the joint account. I really don't. It's yours. If you broke, that's on you. As long as these bills paid, I don't care.
I think kind of like how people talk about the sharing the location thing. I think if you feel like you are stirring away from a joint account or have some negative connotations toward it, most likely trying to hide something. That's just the way I feel about it. You're trying to hide something, because a joint account, like GQ said, it should be used, or for majority of the time, it's used for bills, for shit that's important, right? Shit that you just put on there, right? We put the money in there. Me and my wife had a joint account before we switched banks. We literally just had it tied to our regular account. So every time we got paid, it would take out a lump sum from our regular accounts and put it in the joint account. So we didn't even have to look at it. We didn't have to check it, nothing like that. We knew the money was already going in there. When bills needed to be paid, it was already in there, so it already taken out. It was nothing that we needed to worry about. So it's just something that mature people, mature adults who, have open lines of communication, something that they talk about. Like it's something, it's always something, because money is always going to be a quote unquote problem, right? But when you talk about it and you have plans for it, it's never a problem, right? So it's just the planning that goes into a joint account, the talking that goes into a joint account. A lot of people aren't necessarily mentally ready for those conversations, mentally stimulated enough for those conversations. And that's unfortunate that they always have to come up with some negative connotation behind it, or you're trying to be controlling, or you're just trying to watch my money. So that's why is that a bad thing, right? Because what America has shown me since I've been a kid is a lot of you niggas is fiscally irresponsible. Y'all need somebody to watch you for your money, and a lot of y'all need monetization. It's just that plain and simple. So yeah, if somebody feels the need to get a joint account because you spend money willy-nilly, like it just grows on trees, then yeah, I would probably say then it's probably more responsible to have a joint account. And it's not about a manipulation thing, it's about a monetization thing, because obviously you're not good with money. It doesn't go both ways with men or women, right? But I just think that people like to do too much when it comes to stuff like that. Like it's really not that serious. If you guys can be mature enough to talk about it, then it should go over fine. But obviously, a lot of people have immaturity problems, especially when it comes to money. So there's that. So it really shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, it's better, fiscally more responsible, and it helps a lot, in my opinion. Helps couples a lot.
Looks good.
Turn up the brightness.
Yeah, Moo. Good point.
It's not spicy.
I don't really have much to say on this because I think y'all hit everything on the head. So I'm gonna bow to this one because y'all pretty much hit everything on the head. I'm just in agreement. There's nothing.
An account it's just much more. It's easier, right? Like I don't know why a lot of people's situation, but for me and my wife, it was just so much easier, right? Like when the kids needed something to be paid for, we didn't have to go and dig into our accounts or wait for us to get paid, or some weird stuff like that, or tell my baby, oh, I can't not today, you gotta wait till I can pay it on Friday. Like that's what we had the joint account for. Like it's not just for bills, it's for emergencies as well, right? We had the extra funds in there just in case some things would have happened, flat tire, car goes down, whatever the case may be, right? We can go into the joint account, so it's not like, oh well, you have money for this, can you send me some money for that? It's already in the joint account. Go ahead and go take it out, because when we get paid, it's gonna be right back in there. So like it's just like I said, for me and my wife, it was just so much more easier. There was so much less stress when we had a joint account than constantly texting each other, constantly calling each other like, hey, can you send me this? Hey, can you send me this real quick? Hey, can you send me this real quick? While each other's at work, whatever the case may be, because we don't know. I mean, schedules can be, very complicated sometimes, especially the schedule that I was working back in the day, right? 3 jobs. One of them was overnight, one of them was early morning, and one of them was in the middle of the day. So, and 2 of them were driving jobs. So I couldn't just be on my phone texting and stuff like that. So it was easier to just have a joint account. Oh, it's already in the account. Go ahead and take it out.
And yeah, like I said, both of y'all hit the nail on the head. Listen, dude, it's childish to be in a relationship past a year and not have a joint account if y'all are committed to this long term, right? Even if y'all aren't living together, it's just so much easier to have a joint account. It really, really is. Yeah, bro, I really don't have anything to disagree with what Moose said, and I really don't have anything to add to what Moose said or GQ said. Like it's just facts. If you're locked in with this person long term, like grow the fuck up. Like, hey, with me and my girlfriend, I might make more money than you. And it's to be honest, it's really not that much more. But if I make more money than you would go into a joint account, I'm going to put more percentage in, because I mean that's what whoever makes more money put more money into the joint account. So like it's not hard to do that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
okay,
is.
fine. Yeah, if you think it's harder to do that, then okay,
No,
go ahead.
you know why I'm saying it's harder to do that?
I don't know why you
Because
saying
of the
that.
type of people that are in this world that feel like that don't think this way.
Right.
There are
Okay.
those.
Okay.
There are those who
I
feel
get
like
that.
yeah. That's what
I
I'm not saying everybody, but you know what I'm
okay.
saying when
Okay.
I say that.
Yeah. Okay. I get that part, but looking at it from my perspective, your perspective, and Moo perspective, as people who are just in committed relationships, it's kind of like okay, it makes more sense to do this. Now, if you're single and you've been dating for like 2 or 3 months, but my God, hey, listen, my
You
dog, by
better not
all
be talking about
means,
bank accounts at all.
by all means, do what you got to do, my brother.
No,
But
if,
if y'all
if I'm
been,
single and I'm just dating, mind your business.
yeah, but
My funds ain't got shit to do with you.
Period.
if we're to the point where you've been dating more than a year, you're ready to engage, you this and that, I don't think it makes a crazy amount
My
of
whole
difference.
my entire take on a joint account is you shouldn't have one until you live together.
Right.
If you're not living together, I don't think it's necessary because what are you two doing outside of living together that requires you to have money combined? Unless there's like this very like let's just say y'all met in college. Let's just play that game. And y'all are attempting to move out once y'all graduate. And y'all decide we're gonna make a joint account and we're just gonna throw money in there every month until we both graduate college and we get these jobs. Like unless you're playing the long game, I can get by with that. But to me, if you're not living with somebody where your both names are on the lease or on the mortgage, whatever the case might be, or you don't have something to where like maybe y'all or if y'all are on the same cell phone plan, whatever the case, yeah, if there's nothing that you don't have that's joint prior to the joint account, it makes no sense. Because typically when you have a joint account, there are joint expenses. There isn't just we're gonna have this joint account so that I can just spoil you and put money in there so you can just do what the fuck you got to do. No, because if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna either pull out this credit card, I'm pull out my own debit card, and I'm just gonna swipe that shit and say have a good time. Like let's call it what it is. So there's that. So moving on to the much more controversial second topic, because this one, if you've been on TikTok, has been floating around since most recently a bill was signed and it was extended. And what it did was it has everything to do with it starts with males. This whole conversation started with males and selective service. Obviously, when we were 18 years old, had to register for selective service, males, had to register for selective service. And then there was a draft bill that was signed. Now, a lot of people are, but what's the difference between the selective service and a draft bill? Well, it's very simple. One number. Selective service is for the years of 18 to 25, and the draft bill extends that to 27 years old. That's the difference. So when the draft bill was signed, it was basically saying on the off chance that we ever get into a grand world war scale war again, and we need to have a draft, we need to have a certain parameter of who we can draft. And it was males of the ages of 18 to 27, which sparked the very next controversial question that I will present to the fellas, and I will give no context until they are done, and then I will finish this cast iron off after the fact. And the question was very simple. Should women be included in the draft?
Yes.
Moo, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Yep, I'll go first. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. It's that even said. I'm not even going to go on a long ass soliloquy. Yes.
Okay, I'll take the long ass soliloquy. Yes, they should. I'm gonna tell y'all asses why. And both of y'all know exactly where I'm going. Let me tell you, let me a woman in the military. Yes, the fuck they are. Okay.
They are.
Let me tell you why it should be. Y'all been begging for equality for the past 30 years about every goddamn thing. But then when it comes to you being drafted and you being in the military, it's like, oh no, we're not equal to men. Yes, the fuck you is. You fought for it over and over and over and over again. You want to put your hands on men. You want to fight men, then call the cops on the man and hit you back. You want to get mad because you hit somebody and you want to get mad the way somebody hits you back. Fuck that. You want to put your hand on men? You want to pull a gun on a man? You want to do all that shit? You goddamn right these niggas should be in the draft. All women should be eligible for the draft too. And that is a fact. A big fucking fact. And y'all know it to be true. both of you know it to be true.
The reason why I just said yes. I'm not. Yes. What the fuck? Yes. Y'all motherfucking spearhead every single goddamn movement, right? Oh, we're protesting this, protesting that, protesting this, protesting that. The Me Too movement, the feminist movement, the 4B movement, the whatever the fuck movement you niggas got going on nowadays on the fucking random ass goddamn Tuesday at 12:35 in the fucking afternoon. Okay, I don't know. All right, but yeah, if y'all want to fight it so goddamn bad, take your ass over there where they give you guns and shit. Okay, nigga, they give you some nice little combat training. You get that nigga, you get sprayed in your shit. You gotta take a few. Go through all the shit. Do your thing. Do your goddamn thug dizzle, dog. Y'all want to be out here fading in all the shit in the street and all. Do your thing. Go out there and do your motherfucking. I'm not hating on y'all. I want equality. That's what y'all said, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Equality. Yep. Go out there and get that equal ass whooping too. Mm-hmm. What you gonna get? Yep.
You heard what the fella said. Moolage with a very simplistic take on it. DJ Micah B with the slight rant, which sparked the part 2 of Moolage's little rant for this. Now let me put the perspective that I get to put, because I don't do this very often. Because of my full-time job, I've seen this. At the end of this month, it'll be 17 years in my other profession. So I've seen all the drastic changes that have taken place since I started that journey. So when this question came up, I just sat back and watched. That's the first thing I wanted. I wanted to sit back and watch. And man, the people that was pissed off about this, man, it was insane. It was almost as if it was not expected, but it was absolutely on par with what I expected to happen. But my thing is this. DJ Micah B hit the nail on the head. This goes all the way back to women's suffrage. That's how far back we're going to take this. Let's just start with that. It goes back that. And if you really want to get crazy with it, when we're talking about this draft in total, because I'm going to give you 2 answers to this question, it goes all the way back to the Emancipation Proclamation in Juneteenth. It goes all the way back to all those things. And I'm going to get to my reasoning why here shortly. So, starting with the women aspect of this, I have zero problem with women being included in the draft pool, if that's what the term we're going to use. Under the only conditions where I would, if you will, I would exempt women, but I would also exempt men, is if you are an only child. I would exempt only children from this, because what you don't want to do is completely sever family ties, like being able to reproduce and create and extend your family tree. So I would have no issue exempting single or only children. But that's male and female, not just female. That's both. Like, I want to make sure I make that very clear. I have no problem, because there are some only children out there, and I don't want only children unless you've already joined the armed forces. Then obviously you had your reasoning. But if you're a non-military person and you're an only child, or you're the only surviving member of your immediate family, I don't think you should be drafted. I just don't. And that's just protecting family legacies. And this one might sound kind of controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I would exempt single parents. Mothers and fathers, not just mothers. Make sure y'all heard me. Mothers and fathers, not just mothers.
That's valid.
I would, because I don't want these children to be raised by their grandparents, their aunts and uncles, their cousins, somebody that is not their mother and or their father. I don't want that. If you live in a household where it is the mom and the dad and the kids, and neither one of y'all are in the military, and they choose one of y'all to get drafted, it doesn't fucking matter which one they choose. Guess what? I'm going to let y'all in on this thing called a trade secret. Guess what? When you join the military and you have kids, you know what you got to have? You got to have a family care plan. That's a thing. It's a regulation. You can't join or anything without a family care plan if you're not married. Obviously, if you're married, you know who's going to take care of the kids. But if you're in one of them weird people that's like been together for like 8-9 years and you got like 4 or 5 kids, guess what? Family care plan. It's happening. Deal with it. It's about 9 pages worth of fucking paperwork, but it's getting done. So there's that side of the game. Because I agree with everything that Micah said from this one. Actually, both these gentlemen said, and it's the equality side of the game. It's 2024. And we live in a world where they want us to be open-minded, right? We still, now it's now July and it's no longer Pride Month, but when Pride is a thing, we must be open-minded, right? Right? Am I right?
Correct,
I'm not being mean about this.
No.
But if we are to be open-minded, and accepting of all, then when it comes to, I see you, big dog Blake. We also must think about it from this in total perspective, right? The days of the old colonial days are done, where everything must be done on the backs of men. That shit's over with. That shit's way over with.
Yeah,
We're
I
in the
fought
world of
for it.
equality. Why? Because we have women who fight in combat jobs in the military and in the police force and that are firefighters and that are EMTs. They do all the crazy, crazy jobs. They could do all this stuff. What does that tell you? It
They
tells you
marched and pleaded for it.
that tells you they are physically and mentally capable. That's it. It's not it's nothing that I'm saying is should be a shock to anybody. It's not a slight at anybody. It's the truth. It's 100% the truth. We are done with the old days where the men go to work and the men come home and the women take care of the kids and take care of the house. And no, unless you have opted to be the stay-at-home wife or husband, everything is about a partnership. Everything is about having a teammate. Everything is about the man or the woman or both. So when it comes to things like that, guess what? You want equal wages for all this type of shit? Guess what? Then you need to do those same jobs. You need to do those jobs. If you want that kind of high paying job, you need to get out there. Guess what? How many women do y'all see out there at construction sites?
A lot.
Michael, we went to college with a whole bunch of chicks that went to school and got their safety certificates, right?
Yep.
Making that good bread, right?
Yep.
Again, it goes back to what I just said. It means that they are physically and mentally capable of doing it. We,
Talk
for
about
the
it.
longest time, we pacified and we handicapped women for no reason. Why did we do that? It's 2024. There are women out there now that are fitness influencers, bodybuilders, all this shit that will beat the brakes off of a common man. They out there looking like whole ass Wonder Women. You can't tell me that we don't have the people in this country who can do both, because we do.
Bianca Belair, and I love
Like,
Bianca, by the way.
It's just there's always going to be that group of individuals, and it's males and females, who have no business putting on any of the uniforms. And I'm being military, firefighters, police, doctors, any of that. There are just groups of people who have no business. No, Micah, not you. What I'm saying, when I'm saying that,
man.
when I'm saying that, I mean those tiny heart people.
Hey, wait. I'm just trying to make my case for them not to draft me.
Yeah, but it's the tiny heart people.
No,
It's the people who talk a lot. They talk a lot. They talk real loud.
They don't do
They talk
shit.
really obnoxious. But guess what? If you pull their fucking card, they shrink.
Yep.
They won't stand on business, if you want to use 2024 terms. They're not about their business. They don't stand on business. They're not 10 toes down
Big
about
facts.
what they were saying. So if you put it out there in the world, hey, guess what? There's a chance that your ass could be a part of this draft, whether you a male or a female or whatever your pronouns are. It is what it is. Guess what? If you fight for something in this country, that means you have the ability to defend this same country for those same rights that you're fighting for. It's twofold. You don't get to just do that shit on this side of the globe. Guess what? There are those who do both. They fight for rights on our soil, and then they go across the pond, as we like to say, and they defend those same rights that people go to parades and all this other shit for. So guess what? If you can be in these parades and do all that shit and berate and be on social media and do all that type of shit like that, guess what you can do? Lace up them motherfucking boots, take your ass across the pond and defend those same rights. Because just because you have those rights don't mean them rights can't be taken away from you. Because they can. Some of us here in this country still don't appreciate the rights that we have.
Get them.
Thank you, Blake. Equal rights, equal fights. This is coming from somebody who's in the combat world. He understands what I'm saying very well. So that's just the way I see it. Like, we have so many people out here with very big voices. But at the end of the day, let's crack that chest open. Let's see how big your heart is, though.
Big facts.
Because the reason that you talk the way you talk around here, because you're protected by your amendment rights. We know that.
You know the craziest shit is people swear they got big hearts and they're gonna do whatever needs to be done for whatever they want to get done. But ironically, the military and people like my boy Mr. GQ here is fighting for your right to be open And half of the time, and I just, hey, GQ, I know you're not gonna say it, so I'm gonna be real with you. Half the time, you want them to shut the fuck up because they wouldn't stand the way they stand if it wasn't for the military here that was defending to say whatever the fuck they want to say. And that is a fact. I'll say it for you. I will say it for you. I hear people all the time, well, if I was Muslim and I wanted to say what I want to say, and they couldn't do shit with me because I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm gonna fuck them up and this and no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You shut up. No, you wouldn't. You can say that in America's a free land because of the military. You know, people like Mr. GQ here is saying you can say that shit all you want to because I'm here and I'm gonna make sure you do that shit. But nah, I'm here to call y'all niggas out and I'm gonna do it every single motherfucking time.
And that's exactly why I said yes, because a lot of you motherfuckers be on the internet with all this energy and hoorah and rah-rah, but then as soon as somebody press your line in real life, you motherfuckers get quiet. As my coach DJ used to say, your butthole get real tight.
Yeah, hey, that pucker factor be on 10.
Y'all niggas know. And this is the first example I use all the time because I'm not a hater of the cops, but here we go. You have a party, the shootout happens. Just 2 weeks ago, you was on the internet, fuck the cops this and fuck the cops that, and I don't got time for the cops. They always doing this and that. But the minute somebody have a shootout at your party, who's the first person you call?
The cops.
The motherfucking cops, bruh. Hey, I'm just telling y'all from experience.
It's a lot of people that talk real big, but their hearts ain't that big.
Uh-huh.
They say they a dog, but they a chihuahua. They didn't specify their type of dog.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling y'all, yes. I'm telling y'all, yes.
Everybody out here ain't pit bulls, Rottweilers, and Mastiffs, man. Some of y'all out here really on some Chihuahua, Shih Tzu type shit.
And to that point, every cop ain't out here on bad vibes. It's not every cop.
I know quite a few outstanding fucking police officers. First of all,
I know. Hey,
we went to school with a couple of them. Like,
shout out to my boy Ralston Hart. Hey, I'm just telling y'all, not every cop is a bad cop. Y'all really got to get out of this mentality because the minute some shit go wrong at your house, you calling 911 every single time.
At the end of the day, everybody that lives here in America, North America, specifically in the 50 states or the 54 states and territories, however you want to look at it, has an obligation to protect the house. Just like Under Armour, we must protect this house because nobody else will do it. Guess what? What you gonna do if the vast majority of the police force and the armed forces are not around? What you gonna do? You gonna sit on your hands till they go numb? Fuck you gonna do? Like, there is a point in time where you might have to stand up and do something that's bigger than yourself.
Oh, you Call of Duty warriors, I hope you're ready.
They all think they ready because they think they finna slide cancel and then they finna get slid on. And that's what it really is. But, you know, I digress.
Ain't no respawn in real life. That's all I've been saying. Ain't no respawn.
Absolutely not.
Life. So but y'all talking shit. Just know.
But to summarize it, that's the way I view it. But perfect. You know,
as you should. And no, as
but
you
it's
should.
True. It's time to put your money where your mouth is. If they decided to do a draft tomorrow, oh boy, the amount of deserters would be absurd.
Oh, there'll be a lot of niggas.
Oh boy,
these niggas going
AWOL. Hey, all you'd have to do is look at the amount of social media accounts that get magically deactivated.
It'll be a lot of niggas in jail.
Boy, snap map locations will be off, all kind of shit. But it's the truth though. Like, when it's all said and done, we only as this group of individuals, right? We've only seen us really be unified when absolute controversy happens. The last time we were fully unified was 9/11. And I mean fully. When I say fully, I'm talking about we took the color blinders off, everything. Like, we ain't had no racial issues, we ain't had no societal issues. Like, when the NFL came back after 9/11, boy, you saw unity on an all-time high. Why we can't be like that all the time? Why do we always have to resort to things like racism, sexism, genderism, pronounisms, all these things? Why do we have to resort to these hot button type of things? Why can't we just all be like we were post 9/11? Why
It
can't
makes
we
too
be
much
a more
sense.
unified country? Because
It
if we
makes
were a
too
lot
much
more
sense.
unified, a lot of these problems that we're talking
Nobody's
about,
fucking with us.
yeah, a lot of these problems wouldn't exist. But they exist because we allow these negative things to manifest. And once one group starts going at each other, they're like, oh, we good. We win again. One group is going after this group, so now this group's gonna go after this group. Like it's just too easy. You know, like it all depends on what month we're in this country. That'll tell you which, who's under attack, basically. Like that's just unfortunately the way it kind of goes sometimes. It sucks, but
Yep.
that's kind of where it is. And until we figure it out, until we collectively pull our heads out of our asses and put it back above our shoulders where the fuck it's supposed to be, we're always going to be stuck in this revolving door. We are literally the definition of insanity around here. We do the same shit over and over and over and over again, and it never fucking changes. Or we have good habits for like a couple weeks, couple months, and then just like, and Moo knows this very well, it's just like in football. When you pick up a new skill set, and all of a sudden that pressure hit and you revert back to your old habits. Insert Tim Tebow here. Tim Tebow fixed his throwing form until that blitz picked up on his ass and he started throwing back from his bottom and back his kneecap again.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's the same concept. The concept being that until you put the amount of reps necessary to change said skill, you're never going to progress. You're always going to regress. That's what it is. But fellas, that is the real talk from me.
I think it's to kind of build on that point. I think it's more, a lot of it has to do with ignorance, right? Because even during or after 9/11, right, we seen how the country came together, but there's always the outliers. There's always that one group that wants to make it seem like it's somebody's fault, in which it's not, right? So instead of blaming the people whose fault it actually was, they blame the people that looked like them, but really had nothing to do with it, right? So then there comes that another point of ignorance where it's like, I get it, may look like them, but you're sitting here talking, blaming me, coming at me, threatening me and my family, and I'm not even the same ethnicity that person was, right?
Right.
And that's causes a lot of different problems, and a lot of people just to kind of throw a solution out there. A lot of people don't live to understand, right? And with the world, how it changes so rapidly every single day, a lot of people will like to stay and stew in their old ways instead of just understanding that the world and people change every single day. And it's okay to change. It's okay to not be the same, right? And it's okay to have different ways and different looks and different outlooks and different ways to think, right? But when you get so caught up in how your life is and how things should be affecting your life and whatever the case may be, the me, it's, you get clouded with the we, right? And I think a lot of people in this country kind of get clouded with the me.
We won't Jason Pierre-Paul ourselves. I promise you we won't.
You know?
Oh no, we're gonna talk about that here in just a moment. Don't even worry about it.
It's just unfortunate that there's less understanding and there's more turmoil. And I think a lot of people can just have more understanding, then we'll be a lot better. And I think that's what happened after 9/11. People just understood that not only were people in that situation were hurt, the country was hurt. Like we've all felt that as a whole for just that moment, whether it been that day, that week, that month, we all felt that. And we all understood the hurt and the pain that other people were going through, especially the people that were there in that situation. So we all continue to understand that everybody's not going to be the same. Everybody's situation is not going to be the same. Everybody's religion, thought process, the way they live, the way they talk, the way they raise their kids is not going to be the same. But if we can come to an understanding to the point where there's more people having conversations to get to an understanding and having less confrontations, then we'll be at least a little bit better than we are right now.
Facts. And so with that being said, Moo, I'm gonna let you get us started with our final closing thoughts.
Hey man, y'all know what it is. Another crazy show today. Make sure you guys tune in next week because you know we're gonna be back with that wildness, you know, the lituation. Make sure you tune in to PBT tomorrow where we will be talking about previewing the summer league and getting a little bit deeper into this draft. And is the world actually against Bronny James, or do they just want to see him succeed? So we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Make sure if you guys want to be a guest, pop on the show. We always got room, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 Eastern or Western.
DJ Michael B, talk to him.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure you tune in PVT tomorrow, Friday. Tune into the best damn football show, period, on the internet. Inside the Huddle with Mel and Moo. Boy, I'm going
Gave him a
crazy
new
right
name.
now. Yeah, I gave him a Mew. Just
They
like
called that man a
Mewtwo.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Mewtwo.
I do me on my Mewtwo shit sometimes.
Okay, I fucks with it. Of course, Monday catches back on Basket to Basket, and then of course, Mr. Gent's birthday show will be next week. Here we
Womp
go.
womp.
Womp womp womp. We really don't care, but hey, shout out to my boy, I guess. No, I'm just joking, man. Y'all tune in next week. Mr. Gent's birthday show will be fire. Of course, on Monday, you catch us right back here, Basket to Basket, with Troy, me, Moo, Boo Wop. Y'all already know what it is. And of course, on Wednesday, you catch me, GQ, Sherrod, and of course, Outlaw Prime each and every Wednesday out here, man. That boy say y'all some bullies. I don't know why we're bullies, but whatever. But on top
We
of
ain't
that,
bullies yet.
But on top of that, please, if you're listening on Facebook, subscribe on the YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube. We know y'all are here every week. We see y'all following us every week and comment, but we need y'all to do it on the YouTube. The YouTube is the most important thing. Please do it on the YouTube. We would love for y'all to do that. Ethan Blake, I appreciate you chiming in today.
Appreciate the love, big dog.
For real.
Yeah. So
Rod was out here, Rod, Mr. Gent was out here, Melvin was out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we want to keep continuing and growing. So please tell your friends to tell a friend to tune in to anything FTSL, aka From the Sideline. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow, maybe Monday. We'll figure it out in a little bit. I'm out.
absolutely. So as you guys know, tomorrow is arguably, depending on how you feel, one of the most significant days in our great country. It is America Day. It's Independence Day. It's the 4th of July. It's whatever you would like to call it. But it is a day where we celebrate being undefeated in this world war game. And of course, obviously getting our independence and becoming the sovereign nation that we are now. But I say that to simply say, tomorrow be safe. Make sure you have all 10 digits after tomorrow. Don't do nothing wild and exotic. You can always do things that are wild or exotic, but never wild and exotic, because that's how you lose limbs. So don't do that.
I
So
fucks with that.
make sure if you're going to drink tomorrow, be mindful of not sticking the bottle rockets too far in the ground, because bad things happen. Make sure if you playing with them black cats, when you drink, you slow down your reaction time so you can't throw it as fast, so that motherfucker might pop between your fingers. So make sure, be careful. If you're using the M60s, don't drink at all, because them hoes is like a shotgun blast. It will blow your shit smooth the fuck off. All right? But have fun with your families tomorrow. Have fun with your kids tomorrow, your friends, man. Celebrate, barbecue, spend copious amounts on fireworks, make loud noises. But I will say this. If you are in a confined neighborhood, please be respectful to your fellow combat veterans that may have some semblance or sort of PTSD to where certain levels and scales of fireworks might actually cause issues for them. A lot of them have signs, and they'll probably put signs out tomorrow. So please be respectful of those individuals, and at least be 50 to 100 feet away from their houses if you're gonna pop fireworks. That's what I would appreciate. I'm a combat engineer. I blow things up, so loud noises and chaos don't bother me. And I also am a dad of a toddler, which is chaos all by itself. So I enjoy loud noises. It's kind of my thing. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna blow up a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow, but I'm gonna have fun tomorrow. But just like the fellas said, man, make sure y'all tune in to PVT tomorrow. Inside the Huddle, of course, on Friday. Monday, come back in, tap in with the fellas on Basket to Basket. If you have not been keeping up, man, you're missing out, man. Inside the Huddle just dropped their top 10. I think it was yesterday, actually. They went live yesterday, so make sure y'all catch that, comment on that. And like DJ Michael B said, man, if y'all are in these Facebook groups and y'all dropping the comments stuff, man, at From the Sideline Podcast 5, man, that's how you catch us on the, on the YouTube. Man, we're closing in on 1,800 subscribers, so we're getting that much closer to 2K. All right, we're trying to get to 2K. We're trying to really get to 2K by the end of August, man. We're trying to get there because we're trying to get on that path to 3K. So that's what we're trying to do, man. But it starts with you. But as per usual, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. And we are out.
Motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long.